Thank you for tuning in. All right, 10 minutes before 10 o'clock. Every once in a while, there's a new word that we're made aware of. And I always wonder, is this like new to me or new to everybody? And this is not real new, the word probiotic, right? But I can remember, I guess the first time I heard it, it's been a few years now, so I'm not trying to pretend I never heard the word before. But what I was thinking back on it, I remember when I first heard the word and first heard it described as having like microorganisms living in our body in a symbiotic relationship with us, right?
Yeah.
I remember thinking, I don't remember learning that in school. It must be something we learned, meaning humanity learned in recent years, right? Mm-hmm. And then you find out that you can actually fortify it or you can damage it. You can do, there's all kinds of things you can do, good and bad. Sherry Torkos has been with us before. If you're looking at the streaming video, that is a shot from her website, which is hername.com, sherrytorkos.com. She is a holistic pharmacist and certified fitness instructor. And pay attention because you're going to learn something about probiotics, even if you've known the word since you were born.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
Good morning, Sherry. How you doing?
Hi, good morning. I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm okay. And where are you calling from?
I am calling in from Fort Erie, Ontario, just across the border from Buffalo, New York.
Oh, that's right. You're up there. I forgot. Is it cold yet? No. September. It's still warm, right?
No, are you kidding? It's going to be super warm today. I would say we're looking at high 70s here.
Nice. So let's talk about temperature and probiotics. Does one affect the other?
Pardon me, temperature?
Yeah, like the outdoor temperature. Does that affect microorganisms?
Temperature can affect the stability of probiotic supplements, and this is one of, I think, the main concerns when you are taking a probiotic supplement. You want to take a product that is shelf-stable, that doesn't require refrigeration, and that isn't going to contain microorganisms that will die if they're exposed to warmer temperatures. And I actually serve as an advisor on a website called probiotics.com, and this is a common question that we do get. Should I get a probiotic that goes in the refrigerator? Is that better or worse? And so that's something that a lot of folks do ask about.
So what is the ideal goal? Is it to have more probiotics or just to have the natural level that God wanted you to have? How do we know what level of probiotics we should be at?
Yeah, so that's a really good question. Some signs that you may be needing a probiotic supplement or your levels of beneficial bacteria may be compromised if you've taken antibiotics. Antibiotics destroy not only the bad bacteria but also the good bacteria, and that's why a lot of people will get diarrhea and upset stomach when they're taking an antibiotic. So supplementing with a good probiotic can help to restore that. If you travel to different countries, you're exposed to different food, different water, different bacteria. People often get traveler's diarrhea, and that again is just an imbalance of microflora in your system. If you have Crohn's disease, colitis, irritable bowel, celiac disease, you could probably benefit from a probiotic. And also, if you're looking, going into cold and flu season around the country, if you want to boost your defenses and help to cut your risk of getting sick, probiotics also offer immune system support. So there are a lot of different reasons why people will take probiotics. I would say just for general health to improve digestion, but then also people that have specific needs, like especially digestive issues, they can benefit as well.
How about depression treatment? We hear conflicting stories about that with probiotics.
Yeah, exactly. I would say that there isn't enough science yet to suggest taking probiotics for depression, but it may be a side benefit. Often we hear about side effects of taking a product. In this case, if you're taking a probiotic because you have digestive distress, and maybe you're also suffering with a little bit of depression, maybe it will help your mood, but at this point, the jury's still out. We can't say that probiotics definitively can treat depression. There's good evidence, like as I mentioned, with digestive issues, antibiotic-associated diarrhea, helping to protect against urinary tract infections, and also for treating stomach bugs, especially with kids this time of year, back to school, norovirus, rotavirus, those things sometimes go around causing a lot of digestive problems with kids, and there's good evidence that probiotics can help in that regard.
Can you differentiate between probiotics as they occur naturally and probiotics that you might get in a jar or a bottle?
Yeah, sure. So there are literally trillions of bacteria in our system from top to bottom. I know we don't like to think about that, but, as you mentioned in the intro, when you think about bugs, we think, ew, bad, but there are these beneficial bacteria. These are the probiotics, and some of the most common probiotic species that naturally live in our digestive tract are the lactobacilli bacteria and the bifidobacteria. So when you're looking for a good quality supplement, I recommend looking for something that contains what we call the friendly trio, and that's certain species of lactobacillus and bifidobacterium that have actually been clinically studied and shown to offer benefits. So that's good for like a daily probiotic. And if you check out Chiodophilus probiotics, that's one that I take myself, I give to my son, because it has that friendly trio, but it's also shelf stable, so you don't have to be taking it in and out of the fridge. So that's an example of a good probiotic to
How
consider.
about people that have diabetes or thyroid problems? Do they have different kinds of probiotics than people that are not?
That's a good question. Right now, there isn't any evidence to suggest that people with diabetes should be taking something differently necessarily than just a good balanced, say, product that has that friendly trio in it. But, you do have to look at your individual situation, because probiotics are really not a one-size-fits-all approach. Just like in comparison to, say, vitamin D. We all hear we should take vitamin D. Vitamin D3 is pretty much the mainstay of supplements, but when we're getting into probiotics, it's such a broad category. But if you go to that website, I mentioned probiotics.com, you can actually type in your age, your gender, your lifestyle, your diet, if you have any particular health challenges or your goals, and it can help to guide you in determining which type of probiotic you could benefit from, because it is so individualized.
Does it help vitamins do what their job is supposed to be? Could it alleviate? Let's see, what do I get about 2 o'clock? I get real sluggish.
Yeah.
I've been up since 3 a.m. Maybe that's why. But I mean, what is it called? Lethargic? Does it help with that kind of stuff? The kind of the energy level?
Well, if you're struggling with fatigue, you're feeling sluggish in the afternoon, that is common. A lot of people feel that way, especially people like yourself that have to get up really early in the morning. And what you want to look at is your diet throughout the day, making sure that you're eating slow-release carbohydrates versus the quick release. Like the quick release, starchy, sugary carbohydrates, they cause a lot of swings in your mood and your energy levels, and they can cause a lot of fatigue. Probiotics may help indirectly in that they can help your body by improving nutrient absorption. That's one of their benefits. The probiotics can actually help your body to absorb nutrients more efficiently. So, if you're having a nice salad for lunch, all those great B vitamins and nutrients that you're ingesting, if you have a probiotic, that can help to boost your ability to absorb those nutrients. So, that is possibly a side benefit again.
It is really one of those topics that a short radio interview is never going to answer all the questions. It's always good to have you on with us, Sherry. One of these days you'll be in Florida and come into the studio.
I'd appreciate that. That'd be great.
Before we run out of time, just give our listeners a couple of websites if you could.
Yeah, for sure. So the website I mentioned where I serve as an advisor is probiotics.com. So if you go to probiotics.com, it's a survey you can take there. It just takes a few minutes, help to guide you in determining which probiotic, if any, may be beneficial to you, but also some great information all about probiotics, frequently asked questions, how to take them, the benefits. My website is sherrytorkos.com, and you can check that out as well.
Sherry, thank you so much. Thank you for calling in today.
Thanks for having me.
You're welcome. We'll be right back.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster. Hurricane Dorian's a Category 3 storm now, 115 mile-an-hour winds, about 70 miles off Charleston, South Carolina. It's expected to come close to the coast later today.
As the outer bands last Charleston, high winds and heavy rain are moving into Myrtle Beach. A tornado was spotted before dawn near Little River. Tens of thousands have lost power already.
Fox's Rachel Sutherland in Myrtle Beach. An American service member, a Romanian soldier, and at least 10 civilians are killed in a car bombing in Afghanistan.
A suicide bomber striking on a road not far from the US Embassy in Afghanistan's capital, Kabul. The Taliban claiming responsibility. This just the latest in a string of deadly Taliban attacks, even as the militant group agrees a draft peace deal with the United